Hey, Bren here, joined by Potter right after that. Electric map number 1. Potter, you're going to be feeling good after that. A few short questions. I just want to get your thoughts as well on the timeout that was taken as well. What was being said, you know, what was the turning point really for that first half to make it really competitive?
Oh man, it was a slow start for us. If it wasn't for Corbin's clutches, that first half would have gotten out of hand pretty quick. For us in that timeout, I gave them 3 rounds to do, 3 rounds in a row. They were confidence rounds coming for us. PRX had some good reads though. They had some good reads for us. We had to make quite a few adjustments there.
And yeah, my final question would be, I mean, what did Com have for breakfast? That guy was popping off repeatedly. I mean, just dominant performances from top to bottom.
Easy answer, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A, okay, well, you're here to hear first. We're going to send it back to the desk. Best of luck with the rest of the series, Potter.
I don't know about you guys, that's quite a heavy meal for the start of the day, but if it works out for my boy, then it might as well work out for me too.
I mean, the best thing for EG might be that the finals are on a Saturday.
I guess
So he can have his Chick-fil-A on Saturday morning. If it was a Sunday, he doesn't get it, they may be in trouble.
No dice.
We've gone too deep down the hole.
Yeah, did I?
This is way too deep down the hole.
All right, well, welcome back, everyone, if we haven't made you leave already. Of course, as we look to break this one down, what a match we just witnessed. EG coming from the clutches of defeat. It looked like Paper X Sideshow had their number. For a good chunk of those rounds, it was boiling down to heroic clutches. And ultimately, it would be EG continuing to show why they are a damn good Ascent team.
Potter was talking about Com's clutches in the first half, but he was everywhere. He was he was
like white on rice.
Yeah,
like a spider monkey.
He was all over Paper X at all times, winning huge rounds, having a live game, I think, and also helping keep the rest of his team in it, who actually weren't having that great performances individually. This is the map where they needed to dominate, and I think they still need to win 2-0. It's looking shaky out there. I think, Com can be very happy with how he performed, but I'll be going in the back room and like, guys, can I get some help as well? Like, are you going to play the game too?
Yeah, I think Com was very good. I will say there was a bit of a glow up for the end, at the end for a couple of players on EG. Remember at halftime, Com was like what, 20-7?
Yeah.
Just closed things out. It was a very close end of the map, but Com had a couple of outrageous performances, but I do think it wasn't just Com at the end of the day. I think a couple of the players around him really stepped. Ethan had outrageous rounds, and we hadn't talked about Ethan very much.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm so glad that you're bringing this up, because we're going to continue to talk about Com for our Verizon high-speed moment of the match, because guess what? That round 19 clutch needs to be watched again. And yes, Doug, I totally agree with you. Everyone stepped up and really just smart plays across the board. But just the brain, I could see his brain expand in real time as this was happening. And Mimi, what a play, what a read that was.
I know one thing and one thing only about Com, and that he's always flanking. He's never not been flanking. This guy wins so many of these late rounds just by doing that, but he was excellent throughout these clutches. I think for EG, the slow start is real, because like you're talking about, Ethan had some great rounds towards the end, and I think in particular, it seemed like Busio's calling was really warming up. They had some nice ideas on that attack side, using really like late round darts to fake out an A exec, go out towards B, selling a lot of those fakes that were super effective against Paper X, I think, to be able to close that map out beyond just the insane individual performance from Com.
Yeah, they're going to need more though.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
about to go to Bind, it's about to go to
great for
Pearl.
Paper X.
It gets more difficult.
Yeah, I will say this though. I think EG showed, I think they displayed excellence in handling a lot of the aggression that Paper X threw their way. Think about Paper X's defense side. I don't think there was a single round where they didn't right off the bat take B main control. Right? Yeah. And they learned how to navigate around that. A lot of times they were corralled towards A, they were corralled back in their spawn, and they were able to navigate through that. So if they can continue to handle that aggression, that Paper Xian fire that we see from them, I think that bodes well.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think that what we saw was resiliency from Evil Geniuses really being put to the test by hyper-aggressive Paper X, and it's only going to continue to be like this. Now, of course, let's go ahead, though, and take us over to our aim lab shoot-around for the time being. This time, we're going to be checking in on Demon 1. But as we continue this conversation, and also I think even another interesting point to bring up, because you guys were talking about like Com going to the locker room and being like, guys, I just need someone out there to shoot their gun. I think that you're really going to be turning to a guy like Demon 1, who did have some moments, and also a clutch himself against something, which was quite the motivator.
Yeah, but barely any moments. This was his worst map of the entire event at Champions. And that's the question, is that going to keep up? It seems very unlikely. You know, at some point, he's just going to revert to his average, and his average is so much higher than you just witnessed there on Ascent. You know, it's still decent that they can win when Demon 1's having his worst map, but that also means he's got to step up when he's going to be playing on Bind and Pearl.
Again, he has been the best statistical player of the event thus far, and if we can even get close to that form from map 2, I think there is a really good chance for EG to look stronger in that one. But what's interesting is that the last comp that EG played on Bind was so weird. Boostio was locking in the chamber. It was another map where they're moving Demon 1 away from his, normal comfort roles. You get Jajimo into the raise there. So this is another one where I don't know if you can look to Demon 1 to be the carry. It's not going to be his normal star power that you get when he's playing the Jet. But I think there are still players you can see step up there. If Boostio has a map like he did at Tokyo, or if Jajimo has one of those raise maps he's known for, I think those are the win conditions I'm looking at.
Yeah, of course, map 1 belonging to EG here, but let's actually go ahead and hear what the coach of PaperX, Alex, had to say ahead of map 2.
Hi, Brent here, joined by Alex as well after that map number 1 as well. Very close affair. It could have gone either way. Short and sweet. What adjustments are you going to be making for the rest of the series here to come back into it?
I think we're a little bit nervous coming into game 1. We let them come back into it. I think we had control of the game and the comp clutch killed us. So we're going to try and keep it calm, keep it happier, and try and just be less tense.
Keep the nerves in check as well. All right, well, best of luck, Alex. Moving forward in the series as well. Back to you guys.
Keeping the nerves in check is what the mission is here for PaperX. Quite shocking considering that pistol, they just flew at them. Right out of the start with a lot of confidence, Mimi. So it does feel like PaperX does have that confidence, but when that cage gets rattled, it gets rattled quite aggressively.
It can, but if there was a team to be able to rally back, I think it would be PaperX.
Agreed.
They were really the first team to make a reverse sweep happen, to win their international league all the way back in Pacific. Like we've been talking about a lot, sometimes something just needs that moment to warm up, for everyone to get used to the stage together. PaperX is good in these moments.
I'm looking forward to the race head-to-head. I really am. I feel like, Jogamo has talked up the fact that he respects Jing. They both have insane movement. They're going to be the tip of the spears for both of these teams. Admittedly, we're expecting something to put also on the Reina.
Yeah, and you know what, though? I would actually tip my hat a little bit more to Jing, because I feel like Jing was having one hell of a game, and if he keeps on firing like that, Josh, I really can't see how EG try and stop him, especially if he's going so freely on Bind.
He actually performed better on the defensive half as well, and his utility was really important for them controlling, like B-Main, as you talked about earlier, Doug. They're going to be starting on attack side here on Bind, and that was where Jing was just kind of sending himself in so that something, the defenders are distracted and something entries. So that's the combo that you should look towards. Those two players on their attack side are going to be looking to tear holes in EG's defense.
Yeah, it's almost like when we had the chamber meta where the dive player is more focused on just creating space to enable that second player in to thrive. And I think this is a very good map for something. We already saw him looking quite good on the Reina in the first map, especially in those first few rounds, that first half. And I think this is another comp that is really built around enabling him, especially since PaperX, again, has so many creative options here. You'll see really strange pathing with the harbor walls coming in, Jing going like back sight on their A execs instead of just taking normal space. It's a very disruptive style to play against.
And that's what concerns me a little bit, because in the first half on Ascent, when you saw PaperX attacking, Forsaken was getting huge value out of putting his cove down in the chokes to let them into sights. And it took EG a long time to adapt to that, and frankly, they were saved by Com having a life game. If someone doesn't step up to a really huge degree for PaperX, for EG, then it might take them still a while to adjust to what PaperX are doing and using the harbor utility in that kind of way. Yes, they just played against a very similar comp, but when it's a new map, it's new ideas. And with PaperX, you do all the VOD review you like, they'll be coming out with new things creatively on the fly.
And here's your Prime Gaming Agent Select, and once again, we're going to see that Reina raise. You're going to get the Harbor in action as well, and Demon 1 is actually swapping over to the Chamber. We saw Boostio take that role last time.
I love that change. I think Demon 1 was on fire when he played Chamber on this map previously. I prefer it. I think it makes more sense. Get him out there.
I also think it's really important for that to be where you have the Chamber, because again, he had a slower game. He had a slower game in map 1, so get him a little bit loose, get him comfortable, set him up for success, and really let him go.
People haven't really watched this guy on Chamber, but back when he played Tier 2, when he was an unknown name, this was his star agent. He was taking names in smaller tournaments here. Yeah, he's super comfortable on Chamber, so I think that's a great change. But on the other side, Josh, you're already talking about some of the things that can make this PaperX comp so good. I think one of them is with this dive of Jing and the double flash combos you can get with the Reina Sky. It can be pretty difficult to play Chamber against that. I expect PaperX to prioritize shutting down those TPs.
And now that you have Demon 1 on Chamber too, you can actually leave him alone to to guard one of the sites with his trademark rendezvous setups, and you can start four-stacking the other side on defense, which is really good against a PaperX team that doesn't default very much.
Well, let's find out if this rematch goes the distance and if PaperX can walk away with a win here on Bind. Let's go ahead, for the time being, send it over to your casters, Achilleos and Paperthin.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's now time to go into map number 2 to see whether or not PaperX can do what we saw from the side of EG. Get a win on their map pick. It was hard fought, but slipped through their fingers at the very end there. PaperX need to be able to rally back. And one of the things that we've heard, you know, from Coach Minnie as you were interviewing him actually just a couple days ago is that when you do have those losses and it's so close to the very end, that can be way harder to recover from compared to when you just get blown out of the water.
Yeah, exactly. The good news, I would say, if you're a PaperX fan, is historically we've seen them bounce back quite nicely after any kind of loss. It doesn't seem to affect them too much mentally. Of course, they had the first ever reverse sweep in VCT Pacific, in VCT history, period.
They did. Well, looks like pace again going to be set here very quickly from the side of PaperX as they storm their way over onto the A site. Teleporters around the back here. As you start coming through as Demon 1 looks to hold the line. It's going to be good for one. Something going to be taken down, but Jing with that frenzy will answer back. Site now going to be occupied. For a plant in the back here, it would seem. Swing around actually into the front. Forsaken. Trying to get this spike over more towards default. This Mind Freak tries to hold the line at backside. Can't make it happen here. Ends up getting taken out. It's just a bloodbath here. Suddenly we're into a 2v2. Forsaken still tagged up, just creeping through the smokes, getting decayed down. And now it's all in Divide in the blink of an eye.
Such a fast rotation.
Got one flash to try to play with here. Shots continue to come his way. Spike scooped up.
He's gonna go through spawn.
Looks like he's going to creep his way across. He's just going to try to exit. He does have time to play with, but they also have a teleporter on their side, so they can very quickly get their way over to the B site.
This was just a brilliant rotation here from EG. Quick into the teleporter. This is the same kind of pistol setup, except map sides are swapped. They leave the chamber on one side, the other 4 players on the other, so they can pivot around that chamber if need be. Otherwise, they give you a really ferocious defense. Let's see if Devi can put up a strong defense of his own here in this post plant.
They're looking to play right into him. 92 health. Jogamo. Frenzy at range, the first one to face, gets some damage across. The double face comes in, he gets the dink, but cannot get the kills. And that's going to be the pistol round going the way of EG. Second pistol win for them as they start things off 1-0.
Yeah, again, just a brilliant setup on these pistols from EG on Bind. Going back to what we saw against Foot on their defender's side. They won that pistol, and then they strung 6 rounds together on Bind last time they played it. So absolutely, see if PaperX can stop the momentum.
Just a pixel spotted there.
Just enough. Just enough. And you can see the sprays are getting a little bit off for PaperX. You can, you know, Coach Alex just talked about it in that interview, that there's some nerves that are starting to play into PaperX. And even though they are the team, yes, that had that reverse sweep in a best-of-5 against DRX in the VCT Pacific Finals, still, though, this is an even bigger stage. There's so much pressure on them to get this win, to the last representative of Pacific left here in this event. Certainly, you know, everyone over on the other side of the Pacific Ocean is rooting for them.
Some sprays down short. Is this just going to be a full set coming through? Jing going to be taken out first and foremost. Good damage across. Now on to something. Can they find any value whatsoever? It seems like the answer is going to be no. And there you go. It's confirmed. Jogamo with 3. A Prime Gaming flawless here in this anti-eco round. EG showing up huge. I mean, Jogamo now already 5-0-1 on the start. 2 orbs away from having that showstopper online.
Look what they're doing. They're 5-stacking B. It's like they've kind of tried to download the way that PaperX maneuvers round to round, how they change sides round to round. Okay, finally now. Okay, they're going to send Com back to the other side. I think realizing that maybe that might not be the ideal play. But PaperX is just going to spread the map a little bit here. Just Forsaken on his own towards short. 2 showers to Hookah and a push out.
This rush.
Yeah.
Footsteps going to be noted. Something. Well, the spot 1 has that. The Smith can take it. Yeah, he needs to. Down to 10 HP, but now the healing is going to be gone as Devi falls to Boostio. So needs to rely on another kill or an assist to be able to try to get any kind of health back.
They've got to clear the smoke.
Com just lurking forward.
You know that Judge is around.
Do they sense this? Sky Smoke comes down. He pushes up into this one. Forsaken just on the edge. Pushes in, finds the headshot, flushes him out. A major play here for Forsaken. Anyone else goes down, he continues to lurk in that position. That could be the round gone. Something now going to try to get all the way around through that defender spawn. Catch them by surprise. Jing up close, just on the opposite side of the wall. Managing to find one, continues to spray in, will be able to find the second. Boostio gone, now it's all on Demon 1. Mind Freak getting a bit of a read here, swing onto the corner, and he just can't quite get his head lined up. Mind Freak survives with 10 HP. His Paper X will get themselves on the board.
Yeah, and I like what EG's showing here. Showing some pressure, showing some things that Paper Rex has to respect going forward. Something that's going to be in their minds. Forsaken just barely getting the better of Com here. I mean, if Com had been turned another 10 degrees to his left, he might have been able to take Forsaken down, and this could be a completely different round. But again, sometimes Paper Rex just kind of, as brilliant as they are on the fly, as brilliant as they are kind of developing their own unique strategies and methods, they do kind of lose track of possibilities, of situations. You know, I think back to the first Hunter's Fury from Com on the previous map. Here, they're maybe not quite reading that judge play after they got, you know, smoked by it a couple times in the round before, but Jing going to be grabbing that orb. Again, name of the game for Paper X oftentimes, get Jing ults.
Dog out, gets a good amount of information, spotting too, and something unable to find the punish. Ethan will scurry away. Meantime, 3 players now inching their way forward, getting ready to attack here onto short.
Oh, look at his high-low.
Oh, yep. Shoulder spotted. Lear's going to come through. That does not catch on to Ethan. They will be able to gun him down. Nice pick, but that's just a solo player. 3 players here in response to the side of EG, ready to go on this A site. As rotations begin from the side of Demon 1 as well as Ethan. So Ethan's going to linger just to see if there's any additional pressure, but Jing into the back, ends up getting gunned down as Com will be able to find a second as well. Forsaken gone. The nade forward, Devi has to exit, gets himself out of lamps, avoiding the damage. Showstopper at the ready, should he feel that he needs it.
And that was Spike.
Yep. Stranded in such a poor position. Challenge into the corner, Jogamo wins it out. Now on for the flawless, and they will find it. Yet another one tucked under their belts, EG moving up 3-1.
And some concerning things in that round for Paper X. Some great holds here from EG. That high-low setup there with Demon 1 is sort of pseudo-bait for Ethan to use the pop flash around the corner. I mean, you got to be careful with these Reynas. Playing on your own, it's so feast or famine. And I'd like to see something work with, you know, especially Forsaken and some of the other players to kind of get some of that momentum, get that blood underneath him, get his confidence going, because his aim already looks a little shaky to me. A lot of times he might at least ding up Ethan there on Ethan's jiggle peak. Instead, he just whiffs completely, and it's a delayed reaction as well. So, still though, going to be Spike on the other side. They're going to try to clear some space, make sure the Octagon here is empty of that brilliant util specialist Ethan. He has to back up. Trademark cleared, and now a lot of space being gained here by Paper X. Something that killed them sometimes on their defender side. On Ascent, giving up space, and oh my god, Demon
Push
1.
up the challenge, it gets a little bit of damage across, but it doesn't matter, nothing that Ethan can't fix. Will come in, he'll get pushed back up to 100. It's just a quick little spot. Devi now grabbing the gun. Still 4 members now pushing out of Hookah, wall coming up. It's gonna cut off Demon 1, but he still continues to play forward. Ethan falling, looks for the timing, swing, but Forsaken turns back to actually get that covering fire through. Only outfight as well gonna be used. Com just trying to spray out through Labs. Forsaken swings over the corner, he guns down 2! Gets himself a 3rd kill in the round. Now it's just Boostio left standing. Find anything to take this round to at least make it a little bit more costly for the side of Paper X, given that they have not been able to build up too much cash. Any eliminations found would still be very strong here for the side of EG. Pushing up, looking for the time.
Oh no!
Goes for the jump and just can't quite reset. Devi helps bail out something in case he wasn't able to find it himself. And that's going to be Paper X now bringing it back to within 1.
Yeah, I like the entry here for the side of Paper X. Again, clearing that space to make sure they've got Hookah and Octagon to work with this time. Forsaken just getting in there, using that cove to cut off that elbow angle, or if somebody's close to the B main door. Really smart. Hopefully we don't see any of those coves that are a little bit questionable for Forsaken.
Questionable lineups, landing on top of Covey rather than in front of it.
Yeah, it was totally on purpose.
Yeah.
3 times in a row.
Well, early Molly just to try to stop any aggression, but as we can see, everybody's playing very far back on the side of Paper X. Rotations now beginning. The back of that Trailblazer call here from Demon 1.
They're rotating heavily off the back of that Trailblazer, kind of expecting some sort of basic pushes here. A lot of teams use those Trailblazers as kind of their lead into entries to kind of get their info, especially with this comp that Paper X has. And yeah, they're gonna dial it right up.
I've got your trail.
Oh my god, that paint shells.
Okay, there's the Cove. Actually has the setup this time. Something is dropping down. Orbital strike up over the top. Juggernaut with the rocket, managing to find one, but then Jing takes him down with a showstopper of his own. Ethan going to be stunned up here on the backside. The Reckoning comes across. Busio pushing out from the backside, managing to find Forsaken. Jing taken out. Answering Orbital now from Busio. Turns to the side, Divide, finding the kill. Trailblazer cleared out. Orbital shuts it down. Narrow margins here. Demon One cannot get the op shot through. A 2v2 as Ethan creeps his way forward into the smoke. Whoa! Tips back, finds Mind Freak. And now Divide, all on his lonesome. Ethan Calm on the opposite side, the spike still in his hand.
Left.
And just take the teleporter. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
The timing on that flash. It just doesn't quite catch Ethan. He just steps back and up. Unbelievable.
Flash into backside, doesn't get the confirmation, but footsteps should have been heard. He gets the timing swing. Calm trying to get up on top of it, but now time is running low. 11 seconds, the tap, the swing out. Divide cannot get it. Ethan, with 3 here in the round, will stop Paper X from tying it up.
The way that EG plays these 1vx's is so good. Yeah, they give away the first, but the second, the noise is cut, and Divide has no idea how to do this. This flash, how in the world does this not catch him?
Either way, plays
okay.
around it. Just gorgeously gets the read, gets the kills, and now it's going to be a timeout here. The brakes pumped, and a sigh of relief, yeah, as Paper X looking to try to right the ship.
I don't know if it caught the corner of that building. Either way, that's a huge moment that round that swings it over, and Paper X have to think about this, because their money's a little bit shaky. A couple rifles are going to be able to be bought, but the money's a little bit slim for Forsaken. And so far, Paper X has struggled to find much success off the back of this explosive sort of hit system, but this time it's just read by EG. I mean, the Trailblazer early, even though they kind of pump the brakes and wait a little bit, completely gives it away here for Paper X. That this is the site that they're planning on using. Because that Trailblazer is used to, okay, is there anybody playing front site, elbow? No, okay. So then we can use our util for back site. Like you can see there, they have the Reckoning. There's a lot of other utility that's sent behind the tube to try to clear that, because they think that, you know, there's only going to be maybe a couple there potentially. They might be able to catch them sleeping a little bit. But it does not fool EG in the slightest. So they're really well versed on the tendencies of Paper X coming into this. Let's see what Paper X is going to do to change things up. I'd like to see a little bit that Trailblazer used for misdirection. We saw some fake hits the last time we saw him unbind. Oh boy.
Spotting each other, spam across in case he's TPing up onto the high ground. Spotted Busio as well. Now, this is going to be a double stack. That Molly still held here from Busio. Was looking to maybe use it for an early challenge, or an early cutoff, but Demon One just steps up, managing to find both. Something and Mind Freak both now falling. A hell of a lot of their smokes taken away from them. A hell of a lot of that firepower now taken away. First on the rotate here is Jogamo. Nade at the ready to try to interrupt this plan. He's also got a blast pack.
He can blast back over.
He can absolutely do some damage with that one. Paint shells landing at the feet, but now gets cut down. Jing swinging around through lamps, finding him.
Healing over here.
These flank angles are going to be difficult to deal with if the timing's good for EG. If they can cut Forsaken down, you know, U-Haul there, going to be pinched. Very, very difficult. Plant. Still, look at, EG is in Paper X's head with these plants. You know, it's so difficult for them to get them comfortably. Demon One, so clean.
He's continuing to push up, finds himself a third in the round. Divide, perhaps the next victim, but no. Catches a shoulder, takes him down.
Blinded.
Now into a 2v2. Guiding light through. Cobb not getting spotted, but Forsaken catching Ethan up and having the bullets. With the barrel now spotted. Cobb with the frenzy! Comes up with the goods yet again! It doesn't matter what weapon, what util you put in this guy's hands, he continues to win out to get these Red Bull clutches for his squad. EG now up 5-2.
And he's constantly coming from angles that Paper X isn't expecting, that they're not thinking of, and that's what's losing them so many of these rounds. He's just so patient here. They don't expect two. They clear Demon One, they think surely we've dealt with the flanker. But Calm is always flanking. He is just on a permanent flank. And he's just, he knows it too. He is clutching time and time again. I mean, one of the most spectacular individual performances in terms of clutches I have seen in quite some time here from Com.
Guiding light out. Confirmation there from Ethan. This Demon 1 holding forward. Lear comes in, tucks away behind the box for just a little brief little moment. Spots him. Guns down something that's a slow field now out, and he wants to re-aggress up into Hookah. He's looking for the target. Sees the corner divide. Gets himself a second. Jogamo TPing forward. The challenge coming in. Forsaken will get the kill, but the boom bot secures it. It's Demon 1 on a tear here. The Tour Force delivering. So now it's just Jing left standing in an impossible scenario. Spotted. The day's in. Some damage dealt. And Demon 1 creeping around the back, looking for that 4K. And I don't think he's going to be denied. It seems like Jing has no idea that they are encroaching on his position right now. They certainly are not. Well, it's going to be Com getting the final kill here of the round. It's still very clean from the side of Evil Geniuses, who are now up by 4. The pressure certainly mounting on Paper X.
And this off angle to start is huge, and then getting ahead of the cascade is something. And he gets taken out, Devi, and it's just great positioning here from Demon 1, period, end of story, and he's able to stay ahead of those smokes. Like, kind of one of the things that can give Chambers a problem on Bind is the heavy amount. You know, most teams are running at least some kind of double controller, so it can give you some difficulty in finding some value out of those tour de forces if the smokes are placed properly, but he gets ahead of them. And yeah, it is a thrifty round there for Paper X, but still.
Still got it.
Nice
Demon
pick.
1, I'm trying to go on an unexpected swing, and to his credit, yeah, who's going to expect you swinging out off of your, or on top of your own team's molly? His red is watched, and Mind Freak comes away with that kill for an early punish.
I think they saw Boostio doing that some other time. Sometimes he'll just kind of try to push through short there. EG had that in their databanks, stored up and ready. Seekers, Boostio out in the open, done.
Out in the open, too far back. Couldn't break that line of sight there with the truck, and now Jing deep into enemy territory, looking to try to get a catch here. Ethan swinging around, spots him. Has to maybe back away, gets the headshot. He'll try to make his exit. Jogamo now, though, spotting him, clears him out. It's a shutdown. Boombot looking to just blast pack that one forward as even gets the buy. Now it's all on Com. We've seen him pull off these 1v2s, but a 1v3, certainly he cannot. Would have to start with Mind Freak. That Molly's still in the back pocket. Hasn't sent it yet. Seems like Com just going to look to play this out patiently, try to take some additional weapons away from Paper X.
I mean, Mind Freak kind of expecting this.
Two quick kills, but so much time has gone by. He can't try to play for the round win. TP out, Forsaken. We're looking for the catch. Footsteps should be heard on either side as the swing gets ready to come in, and it's going to be Com. Still comes up with 3. He still takes the guns away from them.
I mean, sure, as Paper X, you get a round on the board, and hopefully they can kind of keep that in their minds, keep their mental steady, but the end of that round is a disaster. I mean, dropping all those guns, now they're on the precipice of being broken economically. They can only get 4 rifles and a Bulldog here. They can't even, in fact, they're going to go for 2 Bulldogs. They can't get fully into this. Yeah, Jing's 1 away from the Showstopper. You're 1 away from the Secrets for Mind Freak. Com's 1 away from the Viper Spit, 1 away from the Showstopper as well for Jogamo. And that's a painful round for Paper X.
Absolutely. Heavy stack now outside of B. Double push up here in towards Hookah. Mind Freak left lingering. Watching over towards Shower to see if anyone goes on a little bit of an extended excursion. As Trailblazer will spot him out. Forsaken jiggling on the corner. Comes away unpunished.
And this opens up space here for Demon 1 to potentially make a quick flank maneuver if this is going to be a short A hit from the side of Paper X. The trademark is there as well to kind of give him a little bit of extra timing. Forsaken trying to sell.
Trying to go for this fake, but Jogamo gets up in front of it, and now he knows that there's no reinforcements here on the back end of this. He's swinging all the way around. TP back across. Ping's coming down. Jogamo spotted. Divide finds that kill. A huge one here, but still 2 members presence on the site as Ethan tucked away into the cubby. Something does not check for it. The swing down. Jing manages to clear him out. A 3v3. The spike can be planted. No ults to try and dissuade this one here. Com nearly with a pit on line, but the counter spray through the smoke. Jing comes away with a kill. Lucio going to be down. Demon1 calm now in a 2v3.
Showstopper now for Jing as well. He's going to play point. They know he's there.
Here.
They don't have the fight to try to flush him out. They're still looking for it. Talon swing comes in. Demon1 now brings it back into a 1v1. Devi narrowly gets the win. Can upgrade his Bulldog, but again, it's just so much damage dealt here to the side of PaperX, who are just trying desperately to hold on to whatever cash they can get.
No doubt. I mean, even though PaperX is getting wins, EG is making them fight tooth and nail for it. Top to bottom here. I mean, a decent entry. Mindfreak able to get into that cubby, but that trade there for Jing, and it puts Devi in a really difficult position, as great as Devi has been all year with these clutches, with these key moments for PaperX. Right now, I don't want to give, if I'm PaperX, EG any opportunities to clutch, because they are feeling it. They are feeling that confidence to win all of those clutches, even if it's not Calm. I don't care who it is. You do not want to allow them the opportunities to win those, because it feels like right now that they're winning the majority of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's another incredible scoreline here from Calm.
He's
just one round away from getting to that halfway point. 12-4-2 for him. Potter wants to pump the brakes, wants to ensure that they're at least able to get themselves up to that 7, if not that 8-4. Close out these last 2 rounds strongly. They have some good tools to try to make that happen. Strong tools on the opposite side as well for PaperX. 3 ults online for them, but that pit on the defending side, and Calm, given how he's been playing, that could make for a very rough round for PaperX.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious to see how PaperX wants to approach this. If they're just going to try for a quick hit off the rip, try for the double satchel into the showstopper. But you do have a lot of ability to sort of clear that pit potentially. You have the orbital strike, you have the showstopper to really make Calm's life miserable if he pops that pit, and they want to try to pressure it. But I see a lot of them stacked up towards short A, something on his own to try to contain B long. Flashed to check him, and now he's going to go back. There comes that Trailblazer again, and immediately the rotations are out from EG.
All right, Dog is spotted. The rush forward, Jing, showstopper around the back instantly, takes out Busio. Demon1 swinging forward, trying to catch him off guard once again, but Devi does come away with a kill. Judge in hand, Jing gets rid of Jogamo. Oh, going by the cross, still tries to challenge forward. He doesn't even get any damage in. Calm with a stinger, will find it, and now he can go ahead and recover that Judge for his own purposes.
It's a bit ambitious there, Jing. Well, I think it should be done and dusted for PaperX at this point. Ethan with a ghost is and a stinger. Gonna see if he can make anything out of it.
I mean, that's the perfect weapon for Calm. He says, all right, I'll just use that in the next round when I drop the pit.
Yep.
Ethan, gonna see if he can do anything at all. Devi knows that he's gonna be holding on that right side. Flash across, the one tap. As Calm actually playing around the back, and something's not gonna be ready for this. A Vandal in hand, a kill on Devi, another triple kill for Calm, just continuing to put up numbers. This time Forsaken will be able to get out with his life intact. Mindfreak as well, holding way back. He wanted nothing to do with this. PaperX will be able to lock in 5.
Right there.
I mean, Calm is ego challenging some of the best duelists we have in Pacific and making him look silly. He's absolutely incredible right now. Just devastating, the way that he's reading the map, the way that he is engaged with his aim. Pinpoint accurate. Now coming into this, PaperX, a chance to make this an even half, a 6-6. Still those Seekers, still that orbital strike online to help potentially deal with that Viper's pit, but Jogamo's got the showstopper. It is going to be the Showers pit, covering most of the site here for Calm. But it's a hookah push. Demon1 going to be watching it, just the Vandal.
This is heavy reliance on Demon1, as well as Ethan to try to hold this line, and hold the line they shall! Demon1 shuts down both entries. Orbital strike now, trying to force him out into an off angle, but he just manages to spot the gun barrel and takes up Forsaken for a third. Devi and Mindfreak sent packing, and their options, the few that they have, are absolutely tragic.
But the timing's all off here for PaperX. First of all, you got 2 people peeking ahead of their smokes, maybe trying to see if they can catch Demon1 off guard, but they're not expecting that angle. And then the delayed orbital strike, it gives Demon1 too much time to rotate.
A 2v5 to try to tie this up at 6-6. Otherwise, EG going to be out in front. And even if they can get the spike down, even if they can get rid of these two players, which right now it feels like they can, as Busio will just shut down Divide. That showstopper would still be available, but no. Busio will find himself a second. It's yet another Prime Gaming flawless here, as EG will end the half up 7-5.
Just, it's the calm show today. I mean, he's just on another planet. He is cracked out of his mind. Demon One having a great map here. He had, again, the desk mentioned it. He had one of his worst performances ever on Ascent in his entire history in VCT. He has picked it right back up here on Chamber Unbind.
Absolutely has, and it's been a complete absence from the side of something. 1-10-5 at the moment. Needs to be able to step up as they get ready to go onto that defending side if they want a chance to close this one out. We'll go ahead and Dells it back over to the desk to break down that first half.
Couldn't agree more with Paper Thin. It really has felt like the calm show, even going into map 2. He's continuing his incredible run from map 1, and it feels like very little can stop this young man. He is destroying on the server.
The kicker is, you know how much we've been talking about how they like having fun. Calm popping off and going, guys, I can't stop clutching. Like, I just can't stop clutching, and that 1v2 was gold.
I also think, though, that this Raze show has still been a delight to watch.
Yeah.
You have Jing's movement, Chogamo's nuts plays happening all over the place, and then the pieces of whether or not something's having a big map or Com's having a big map kind of inserted around the side. I've been looking forward to this Raze head-to-head, and it's delivered.
It absolutely has. I think Jing has honestly done a really good job of just creating space for the team, trying to give something opportunities to thrive, even if he has been struggling a lot this map. But on the other hand, I've been really impressed with Jojimo. He always does a great job of putting pressure on these plants, throwing out his nade, throwing out these satchels to buy time for these EG flanks that were so effective at punishing PaperX's style on this map.
Yeah, I think that the flanks and the gameplay ideas in general for EG have been fantastic. I'm so happy to be able to get to watch Jing play, because also he's been talking recently, and Coach Alex has confirmed that he's not going to be with us for the 2024 season, which is a massive blow. But this guy is super young, but he has to go into military service. You can see Alex talking about it here in an interview with Round of Gamers. But to have Jing in this position also means that this tournament is going to be everything for them. This is his chance to actually pick up a trophy.
He's part of that core that has defined PaperX for so long. When this team made the final at Copenhagen, when they've won in Pacific, he's always been there with this squad. So getting a win here, getting into the finals is going to be so important in Jing's last hurrah.
Well, let's go ahead and send it right back over to the casters.
Thank you very much, guys. As yes, pressure mounting here. PaperX find themselves now at a disadvantage going into this second half of their map pick of Bind. They need to be able to run this back, take it all the way to Pearl if they want to be moving forward into that grand final. But right now, given the pace, given the performance that we've been seeing from Demon One, stepping up compared to that first map from Com, who's been so consistent, it feels like EG might just be poised to take them out.
Absolutely. I mean, with the way that EG is playing right now, Mind Freak playing with fire.
Demon One comes away with 2 quick taps. The spray on the corpse. He is here to shut this down. A 3rd kill now. He continues his reign of terror. Demon One hath arrived.
And crowd wants the ace already. 2 more to go. PaperX, see if they can get something online here. Divide as well, right behind him. But I think you mentioned Achilleos 1-10 for something. So really struggling so far.
Full flash into the corner, something. Still trying to creep forward, but it's going to be Jogamo taking it away, so no chance at that ace. Divide able to find the punish, but it's going to be as good as it could possibly get as well. As Demon One will move up 4 kills in that round to try to fast track a tour de force, and Evil Geniuses will close out another pistol round win.
2 pistols now. Fine. PaperX gonna have to dial up something crazy. We're gonna go for a force buy is my question. Probably not, it looks like. Not quite enough money, not enough damage done to really justify it. Now you've got a Vandal already in Demon One hand. Full armor to back it up. Guardian for Boostio. Tons of firepower here as they look to put some pressure on Hookah, but look at this. It's a stack. 4 players waiting right there.
It's everyone. It's all 5.
Oh, it's all 5.
All 5 players from PaperX sat here in Hookah, waiting to see if that push-up's going to come through. But you could see EG, they say, we know how you like to play when you're in these positions. You like to stay grouped up. You like to try to catch us by surprise. And oftentimes go for some form of rush play. This time, they're not having it. But EG, do they get a sense of this? You can see they don't really want to peek out over here towards Hookah. So PaperX, they start to go on the hunt. Holding here on the corner. Ethan going to be good for one. Boostio with the covering fire of the Guardian. Comes away with another one. Com swings in, finds two, cannot get three. It's all on Devi. It's the clear out. The boom bot that is tracked in to get the kill. Honestly, I think more kills than we might have expected for PaperX to walk away with, but it's still Evil Geniuses now moving up 9-5.
And the Roomba getting in on it today. He's gotten a couple kills as well. It just a really good hold here from EG. I mean, a lot of their early rounds have been spreading the map on their attacker side, kind of just looking to see, you know, what their opponents are going to do. They did this against Foot, especially early on their attacker side, where they really spread the map, sold some fakes, and then went to the other side of the map. So they're really cagey, they're really coy on their attacker side, making it very, very difficult. Looks like they might go for a fast hit. The blast packs are in. U-Haul going to be under control of Jogamo with this judge.
Something holding up on top of truck, able to find one. Jogamo able to just go ahead and shut him down, however. Looks for Jing as the paint shell going to be sent through, and it forces him back into the front once again, but Sankin will strike him down. Wave set up, comp low, spike planted, but Boostio taken down as soon as that spike gets on the floor. Demon 1, he's been living up to the name thus far. How demonic can he get here in this round to try to drag it back to get that bonus conversion? They're just holding it. Never mind. They'll just stick to the fuse.
Yeah, you know.
And in the end, Com will have to go down. That'll be the cleanup here as Mind Freak just gets the wall bang. Shut him out. Fairly clean and very necessary for PaperX. And we'll pick up that round, but there's still more work to be done.
And I love the way Forsaken plays this round on this Harbor. He backs up Jing there over on the back of A towards the U-Haul to make sure that Jogamo can't really find any more damage with that judge. And then immediately a cascade comes out, cuts off short, and isolates the player planting. Isolates Boostio and able to find a follow-up kill. Really make sure that EG's not able to find any extra damage. Because now we're getting a little aggressive out of long B. Boostio, that was so close.
Close, but avoids the shots. Something in Devi just backing away. Wow, basically about to happen here. Into Hookah. Jogamo just spraying through. Just make his exit. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome here. Smoke comes down. Jing holding wide outside a shower, or in shower.
I mean, this is
watching on this extremity.
Huge battle.
Demon 1 just taking this one step at a time. Swings forward, looking for Jing, but Jing's able to line him up just a little bit faster. Damage not exchanged. Cove now Forsaken, just trying to get himself across and deeper into the site here. Double push up now through lamps.
Spot to make sure they had him pushed out.
Oh, the timing, Forsaken! Comes up huge, catches him with paint shell in hand. Gets the follow-up on the Boostio, something, no way.
Yeah.
No way! Gets the knife into the back and twists it! As Ethan will fall. Com, as good as he has been, I think a 1v5 ace clutch might just be a bridge too far, but there's the start. He finds the first one. Mind Freak says absolutely not, does not give him that second step. PaperX will string 2 rounds together, now 2 rounds separating, 9-7.
Just a classic Pacific moment here. Knife in the back.
Loosen up.
You'll love to see it, and those are the momentum changers. We saw this so much in our region, Achilleos, where a team would get one knife, and then it was just like a switch flipped on that team, and they were able to just start playing with so much more confidence and so much more aggression. Is that going to be the moment here for PaperX? EG, though, now 2 to force available for Demon 1, and immediately looking to see if he can catch somebody peeking out of long B.
It was a knife that got EG to the international competitions to begin with. We'll see if it could be their undoing, if PaperX can run things back here on Bind. Or just going to be snatched up. Jogamo saying, hey, take this weapon. I've got a showstopper. And Trailblazer to check forward. And to check close. Jogamo bouncing up. Doesn't get to see anything, but now will spawn him. Sends it. Devi taken out. Now he can grab that gun, but no. Jing counter swings from the back of Hookah. Finds the elimination. Mind Freak lurking within the smoke. Find Boostio. Stun up into the corner. Ethan dead. TP out. The cleanup coming in. Now it's all in this tour de force. The first shot whipping. Swaps over the head. Hunter tries to line it up. Cannot get it done. PaperX only lose out on Devi to the ult. It's leg day. You got to do those squats. Keep those thighs nice and toned. And PaperX stringing together 3 rounds consecutively.
Could all use a good leg day. But this is just a great round here from Paper Rex. Even though they lose Devi early, kind of hidden in some tricky spots that catch EG a bit off guard. And I was a little bit worried for Paper Rex. I thought EG might have had a decent read here. There was no movement, there was no rotation from Paper Rex, so if that hit, could have worked. Cleared a little bit more space, but Forsaken aware of Com's lurk, now trying to take control of short A, but with that toxic screen there, doesn't feel like he's going to be comfortable to get much more. I'm just checking to see if there's anybody lurking out there. No, there is not. So now you're going to leave something in the showers. Jing going to be playing a pivot position. Just Devi, Mind Freak, be under a little bit of pressure here shortly. Smoke going to come down to buy a little bit of time. And Devi waiting for those flashes to come back up to check long B. And let's see if EG wants to try to capitalize on the timing here.
Mind Freak can still buy a hell of a lot of time for them. One more Sky Smoke. He has that Molly. He's got the ult as well. Trying to deny the plan, but yeah, he's just going to send the Molly now, trying to stop anybody from jumping out of hookah. Creep up continues. Giacomo right on the edge of the window.
There.
Pinks trying to set up for the nade. Send it in towards backside. Orbital strike cuts off the advance there from Garden. Forsaken, however, swinging in, managing to find one. McCom comes up with two. Another hefty start from him as Jing tries to get in behind, gets the dink through the box, and is able to finish the job. Now into a 3v3. The TP across something. Gets the first shot, takes a dismiss, sends out the Lear, backs away towards short. Sees the gun barrel. The swing in, gets himself another one. Bustio now in the back of sight, and he's got his knife out. Something's running for him. He is hungry, but it's going to be Mind Freak who comes away with that kill. You can see that they're starting to get fired up now. Tied at 9-9.
And now we're seeing a pivotal piece of the puzzle for Paper Rex. It is that op for something. And once he gets rolling with this, once he gets these dismisses online, you can see he can work these angles so well on the outside of showers. We've seen this before. We saw this in the Pacific Finals where he gave DRX fits around that corner. Now he's going to be doing it again. And EG Com still very good, still very strong with those openers into hookah. Really just throwing everything he's got. What just an unbelievable performance he's had here so far today. And now Evil Genius is going to pump the brakes, try to figure out how they want to identify and isolate and eliminate something's op.
Tied up at 9-9 here. Solid first time out, so second one going to be burned from the side of EG. Get ready to go into this low buy. You can see, we see a stinger, some sheriffs perhaps coming into this one, but trying to keep the cash as close to 2,000 as they possibly can. So it's going to be very weakened weaponry. And around perhaps where they can try to build up some additional tools. They've already got that Viper's Pit online for Com if they can take a site. They have the orbital for a post plan, but getting the Seekers for Ethan, trying to identify positions, especially in slower rounds where the brakes are being pumped from the side of Paper Rex, identify their positioning. That could be huge, so we'll see if that's going to be the focus of this one.
Yeah, and I like what you're saying, and I'm really curious how Paper Rex is going to try to slow that down, right? They've got Seekers of their own, potentially a showstopper as well. Jing, look, I've seen him just throw those as soon as he has them. He basically wants to keep cycling ults as much as he can. Of course, if we go to Pearl, you're going to see that in spades. Yeah, quite a bit with that Phoenix. We got to get there first, because right now EG still to me looks quite strong and Forsaken with this Judge. You absolute madman.
So getting tucked in the corner here. Does any challenge come through? See the back away. Oh, okay.
Now I know.
No chance at a shot. It's Forsaken just playing in a bit of an awkward position. Stuck between a Viper's wall and a Sky Smoke. Tucked in underneath the box. The watch in case there's going to be that pressure around here by Hookah. Flash not spotting anything. Swing onto the corner. Doesn't confirm the kill. Finally swings back to go ahead and take him out. TP out to safety. Forsaken continues to advance forward, looking for a little bit more, but now everybody pivoting over here towards this B site where there's just two players lurking, Devi and Mind Freak, to try to slow this one up. Do they expect Devi and guard? And the answer is going to be yes, but he still comes up with three! What is that spray? Finds Com, the creep forward, identifies Forsaken's position. Doesn't manage to get that kill, but it's only going to be a Judge recovered. Still a flutter of Headhunter bullets, but it's Mind Freak who is out for blood, on the hunt, on the prowl, gets him. And Paper Rex now take the lead, once again up to double digits.
Devi now having a great map. A few struggles on Ascent, 16-14 now. A lot of those heavy hitters for Paper Rex really starting to come online now. Devi, Forsaken, Jing, Mindfreak and even something starting to get into the action. And you can see that EG's identifying this Showers operator early and avoiding it. But now it's shifting over to the long B side. And instead it's going to be a watch for a short A push out, because we've seen Forsaken do that a couple rounds here on their defender side for Paper X, and now something trying to gain a lot of space. Saw the elbow.
On the prowl, there's the wide swing. Busio not spotting him on the first jiggle. Now gets punished. Looks like something's still going to be anticipating some pressure coming out here from long, but as we can see, it's everybody shifting forward now in towards Hookah. Seeker's going to be let loose to buy. Just looking to try to spot. Flash up, Sky Smoke down. Just layering in this util to try and delay. Jogamo goes jumping out over the top, and Avai again lines him up, finds himself a second once more. Mindfreak arrives over towards CT, guns him down. Now it's all on Calm. The spike still stranded, however. Look at the push up from Jing, gets himself into the smoke. Shorty in hand, goes jumping forward, and he puts him down. Paper X get to 11.
And the change of position here catches EG off guard just enough. Bustio kind of expecting that maybe someone would be pushing that angle, but just overcommits to the jump, and something punishes it. And then immediately great recognition by something, knowing that, EG loves to come at you from different angles, has to watch his back. Let Devi do his thing up front. Then you can fall back. If nobody's pushing you from that angle, you can hold it onto that entrance into the B site with that operator. So really good stuff here from Paper Rex and EG. Now stingers abound. And then Demon One with that headhunter, still catching something with just a splash with that snake bite.
Another one just to try to force him off the angle. Demon One, the only one playing out in that position. Something going to be spotted. They actually send the orbital strike to try to take him down, but he's already made his exit. Sprays through Ching! Oh, the util combo! Pagels into Showstopper, comes up with two. Devi gets Calm as well. Ethan trading one back. As Jing set up into the corner, swings back through, finds one, the up from Demon One. Able to take him out, but now he finds himself in a 1v3. As Paper X look to get themselves up to map point.
They're hunting him down. They want to get this op out of his hands.
Certainly do, but looks like Demon One quite ready for it. No, doesn't fully check the angle. Something will get him, will show him, give him some of his own medicine. It's now map point here for Paper X. EG need to run back 3 consecutive rounds to take us into OT, but let's look at that streak of green for PRX. The momentum has been in their hands. 7 straight. It was a gorgeous shutdown from Jing.
And this has been the story of this comp. A lot of times it's actually, you look at it and you think,
let's go.
Reyna, Raze, double duelist, it might be better on the attacker side. A lot of times it's actually better on the defender side. Against DRX, the last couple times they played Bind, it was always better on the defender side. With this Reyna, Raze, Harbor combo, Devi going to be forced back.
Well, the bite again. He's actually looking to play in front of this Sky Smoke, maybe fake it, and yeah, Jogamo swings in, and Devi shuts it down. And that's going to send the spike, as well as Ethan hacking back over towards A. Some rotations off here. You see Jing making his way towards B, but it looks like the call is going to be coming through. Something says, I've got this angle covered, I've got the operator for Hookah. Go reinforce A. Oh, Bustio, lucky to get away with just that minimal amount of damage taken. Stun in, push forward, Calm, just rushing it down, trying to get himself in here, close this gap, but Jing holds the line! A 3K as Ethan is the last man standing. And Paper X look to push us into a map 3 in flawless fashion. Valir forward. Ethan wisely not spraying at it, doesn't want to reveal his position. But now, what do you even do in this scenario? Shorty, waiting for you on the opposite side of the wall. Swing back over to the up. Goes on the corner, Mindfreak holding out from heaven. The push comes in, Ethan will shut that down. The flawless not going to be found. There's still so much work to be done. The flash in, Jing swings, Ethan gets the challenge, finds himself a third. Suddenly have they overstepped. But with 6 HP, it's just not quite enough. 13-9, Paper X rally back on their map, pick a bind, and they take us the distance once again.
And the first thing that comes to my mind is Phoenix versus Yoru. Are we going to get it? The fans went nuts when Pearl came up during the map draft, and now we get to see it. We get to see such an iconic map for both of these teams. They're absolutely insane. I can't wait.
It was a 13-6 in EG's favor the last time they played on Pearl. We'll see if that script is going to be rewritten, but it all comes down to one final map to determine who is going to the grand finals. First, we're going to take a break. We're going to have the analyst desk break down the action from Bind, so do not go anywhere.